The contestants took part in the punishment pass challenge, where one from each team rose to victory. One chef gave in my opinion, a pretty unsettling joke about something. Two both rocky service for both teams, and also the first bit of the season occurs this episode. We've got so much to talk about in our Hell's Kitchen season 22 review and recap. So if you don't know me already, it's MSH. As you know, I'm doing my opinion on Hell's Kitchen season 22, giving my thoughts and my predictions on everything in the competition, who I think could come up victorious and who I think will go. So basically, if you didn't see last episode, I will link it in the description below. That it was basically similar to this challenge and a little bit of other stuff. But we've got the full service for both teams, the punishment pass challenge, and as well as the first bit of the season this episode. So let's get started. So this actually ended off a cliffhanger from the previous episode. It wasn't like a big cliffhanger. It was just like next. So basically, this continues off the previous episode. So basically, the challenge is to make scallop dishes or scallop dishes. Is basically they're basically making scallop dishes for where one on each team will be getting the punishment pass and be so if you know what the punishment pass is, it will take someone from the losing team. So if you're on the losing team, you can still go on the board if you use the punishment pass, and then so yeah, it's kind of a cool addition. They introduced it about season 20, I believe, like about season. I don't know how long ago it was. It was a while back though. It was a little while back. But was it season 19? I think. I think that's what it was. So yeah. So let's get started. So basically, Gordon revealed that each contestant had to prepare their own scallop dish by shucking and cleaning the scallops by hand, and each team would have to nominate their three strongest dishes, and Ramsay would pick the winner, who from each team would get the punishment pass, really. So the top three dishes from the red teams, we're gonna do in the red team first, and the blue team, and then so basically we'll do the nominees, and we'll fill the winner from each team. So we had the nominees were Sammy, Leigh, and Melissa, and from the blue team it was Jermaine, Jonathan, and Ryan. And the winner the punishment pass winner went to Melissa from the red team and Jonathan from the blue team. I'm so thrilled. I think both of them deserved it. And that means it allows them to skip a punishment for a reward and choose the member of the other team to take their place in the punishment, which I just think is so funny that then they get to replace the punishment, swap someone out to replace him, as if it's like, oh, well, you have to make this up for me now. So, yeah, so basically they won. So Melissa won the challenge and Jonathan won the challenge. I'm so happy for both of them. These are my two favourites so far in the competition, along with Ryan and Sammy. So these two are definitely my favourites in the competition. Sammy, Melissa, Jonathan, and Ryan. This could be the final four, I think. These four, okay. So now let's go. So now we have the like kind of like so now we just have like the chefs chilling and in the dormitories having their knife sets and looking through stuff. And this could be I want to talk about Jason once again, because this guy just screams villain. And like, so we're going to talk about what you said, because it's something I wanted to say. And I saw it, I was like, oh my god. So basically, Gordon sent everybody back to the dorms to take a break until the sous chef called them back for dinner service. And basically, Jason kept continuing to rub everybody the wrong way. And one thing that really, like, kind of like made me really feel uncomfortable was, I think he asked someone, it was Devon, I think, do we get to keep the knife, everything? And yeah, and Devon replied saying, yes, we get to keep the jackets, we get to keep the knife sets. And then straight off, and then out of the blue, Jason just said a really joke, a kind of an inappropriate joke, saying, "Oh, so and we also get to keep STDs," which, if you don't know what that STD means, it means sexually. It means I need to Google this up because I know what it means, because it kind of hit me hard. Not hit me hard, but I kind of felt a little bit. Yeah. So it's basically what STD means. sexually transmitted diseases. So he made basically a sexual joke, I think, in a way, and then it was kind of like a kind of a deadly silence, really, where the blue team was like, uh. Jason, did you have to say that? And he was like, "Come on, it was really funny. It was really funny." And then like she's kind of rubbing in the wrong way, really, and it just like I just felt like I you shouldn't be. I don't think you shouldn't be really making these jokes like that, especially on television, because in a way that could rub people the wrong way, and like STDs are for me not really something to joke about in a way. So he's really rubbing everyone in the wrong direction. He's kind of very like boasty, he's very arrogant, and really he's such for the past episode, really, you know, for the last episode and this episode, he's been acting like such a jerk. He's been really acting like a complete jerk in a way. He's a jerk. He's been acting like a jerk. He's been kind of acting. He's got like the arsehole vibe. He's been acting like a bit of an arsehole. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and it's kind of like really like he's already getting on my nerves already. I don't want like. And I know Gordon's going to keep him around for a while, just so we can have the drama, just like Mark and Elise from, it's kind of like you're really just going to keep him around just for the drama because he's already getting on my nerves already. I'm really like, I don't really like him that much. He's kind of like it's his oh, sorry about that. It's this ego as well. It's like it's just kind of like overshadowing a little bit. It's kind of like I don't I don't know. I don't know. It's. I might have to do this every single episode. Every single episode, Jason's all arrogant and everything. He starts drama. I'm gonna have to call it a skit or something. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about Jason this whole time. But anyways, let's get into the service. So we're gonna do the blue team, then the red team. So because we got lots to talk about because it was not good at all. So the service. So basically, we had the VIP diners. Oscar De La Hoya in the blue and Martina McBride in the red team kitchen. And which it was a really rocky service. It was a really bad service of both teams in a way. So anyways, for the men, Jason he undercooked the lobster twice with the risotto, right, while Brad and Tad were undercooked Oscar steak, and it kind of kept coming back because Tao was serving raw chicken. Brad was and he Jason undercooked the halibut, and in a way it was just like and he even said I think he even said it's one of the worst one of the most pathetic opening nights I've ever seen in my life, and like and and like it was basically a disaster for the blue team. I think. Yeah, so and the blue team was struggling pretty much the whole night, and so yeah, it was basically it resulted with him, Gordon finally having enough, and he kicked the whole blue team out the kitchen, and what made it worse after they got kicked out, Chef Jason actually went up to he even went up to the blue team, and he no okay. So basically, Chef Jason he went to the dorms and personally himself, and he like and he and got. So I'm so stuck because I'm literally reading articles just to do this review because I've never done a review like this before. So basically, Jason was literally pretty much scolding the team and said it was by far the worst service ever in the history of Hell's Kitchen, and the blue team would had to pick two nominees for elimination. And even say because he said, well, so you better do it now because you basically lost service, and so I like Jason. I think he's a very cool, calm, but like he doesn't like get over the top in a way. You come to think about it, and like, because if you think about Christina, she's like someone you never want to mess with. If you f about in service, and like imagine if that was Christina. Oh my god, you would imagine that the fire she'd be saying. She'd be absolutely livid. She'd be like, as you know, I've seen clips of her getting really pissed off at chefs, like Jackie from season 15, and some of the blue. I remember in the red team, I believe, from season 19, pissed off. No. She was pissed off because they were like mucking about. I think once a couple of the chefs, I believe. So you never want to mess with Christina because she's like Gordon's like protege in a way. She's like her right hand woman because she's like and she's got so much success after the show, as we'll get to her in just a second, because we got to the red team and it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good. Basically, it was again another train wreck for the red team. So because in the red team, it didn't fare much better, and they were betrayed. And so basically, after the first table, after they sent the first table out, they were like already celebrating as if like, yes, we did it. And then basically Gordon said, "Quit it, guys." He said, everyone, shut up. You need to like, if we can, we'll celebrate after we finish the whole service because it's not a time to like celebrate now." So basically, Gordon basically scolded them for like celebrating it after bring the first table of appetizers. And what I found funny was he said, "You don't see Martina McBride celebrating after number one single. It's the concert." So I found that really funny. Like the Gordon now is literally someone that would be like, because OG Gordon was like the like he was fighting insults where now he's really demanding. He's like you wouldn't see this now in like old school Gordon Ramsay. So you know, it was basically it was so we had loads of mistakes there. I think we had you know look on Wikipedia. So basically, Carmen was having trouble with the fish and argued with her teammates, and Sandra undercooked steak, and a toy undercooked the chicken. Basically, it was basically a complete clusterfuck all around. Or I shouldn't really swear, but I know I shouldn't because I know I really shouldn't. But like, and also like, you know, yeah. By the way, when he said that after Gordon said to sort of celebrate, he said calm down a touch. I think is very funny. But anyways, you know, and so it's basically raw chicken was served by a Toya, steak was undercooked, everything was basically, and that resolved in, I think, the worst service in Hell's Kitchen ever, because this is the only time the blue team and the red team both lose on the first night. That has not happened in ages. I can't remember the first time that happened. So it's shocking to see that happen. And so and then after they pretty much got kicked out of service. So and it was a heated discussion as well who to nominate as well. By the way, I'm going to say this now. I actually almost forgot to say this about Claudia. She was basically after you know, like she was basically Gordon was like saying like, oh, you know, it was about the entrees being how bad service was, and then Claudia just out of nowhere started fucking laughing out of nowhere, like fucking giggling out of nowhere, like. I don't think she's taking this competition seriously whatsoever. She just said it's like nervous laughing, when you're nervous, she just starts laughing. And like it might, I mean, this just shows that I don't think she's here for the long run. I don't think she's taking this competition seriously whatsoever. She seems like she's like really like she's just not taking everything so seriously, and it's just like it's still like, oh well. She just thinks everything is such a big game, and not because she's from Switzerland. I'm not saying that. It's probably just how she is, like, in the kitchen. I understand that, and I respect her for coming all the way from Switzerland to be on Hell's Kitchen, as it's wonderful to see someone from a foreign country. But and it's like you're in Hell's Kitchen. It's a very serious prize, a very serious job, and like if you're just gonna like laugh and think it's a big game and like F about, it's not for you. It's not. You're gonna get kicked out basically. Um, Yeah, so basically that happened, and both teams had to send were basically the both. I'll actually go to the next slide because I think this is so cool here. So basically, the both teams had to nominate two chefs for elimination, and one will be sent home, and rightfully so because honestly, this service for both teams was an absolute disaster. It was a complete meltdown, clusterfuck. It was a train wreck, everything, and like it was brutal to see. It was a really bad service for both teams, especially opening night. So it's shocking to see something like that happen. So, anyways, I could do a whole thing about this. Anyways, the red team's nominations were Sandra and Atoya, and from the blue team it was Brad and Tad. So fish, meat station, undercooked chicken, and I think so. Basically, all these guys were on the meat station. They completely like deer in the headlights, really. And in the end, Atoya was sent back in line, and then in the end, Gordon eliminated Tad. So basically, Tad's out of the competition. I even did no, I didn't because I thought I did like get ready to put Tad there. But anyways, I'll do a cursor. Anyways, Tad was sent packing home, and for his awful performance on the meet and being just completely out of his depth, and rightfully so, because I knew from the very beginning he would be the first boot. When he did that god awful signature dish, the sausage gravy fucking piece of shit. I'm not saying he's a piece of shit. I'm sure he's a really nice guy. And I wish him nothing but the best post Hell's Kitchen. But I'm sorry if I don't normally swear in these type of videos, but I have to because everyone else swears in the show. Gordon does it. The contestants do. Basically, really everybody just swears. So yeah. So really, like, it was so obvious he was going to be sent home because the sausage gravy, like paprika, strawberry jam, dog shit looked fucking disgusting. It really looked like someone like ran over it. It looked disgusting, and it was so obvious he was going to be the first boot. So it looks like it goes back to Hogwarts for him, because he was a Quidditch player from Harry, and Harry Potter had the broomstick, and they basically piss around, just like piss around, running around, pissing, they just basically just run, So so yeah, I think it was a deserved elimination. It was so obvious he was going to go home. I'm not one bit surprised he didn't go home. No, basic. So uh, so yeah. So basically, he says everybody back in line, and then he basically gives one more fuck off out of here. You're back to the dorms, and overall, this was a really entertaining premiere. I love the premiere. I love the fact that we got a dinner service lose from both teams, which hasn't happened in quite a while, I don't think. So, it's so like it's and now we have to do Ram. Now we have Chef Ramsay's comment from when he burns the picture, and that was Tad not only believe Quidditch is a real sport, but also that he's a real chef. Neither is true. And basically, I don't think Quidditch players are even a sport. I think it's just like someone's pissing around with a broom between their legs, just running amok. But anyways, so that is gonna do for my Hell's Kitchen season 22 episode 2 recap / review. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm really glad this was a great episode. My early prediction who I think will be eliminated, and to be honest with you, I just can't see Claudia going another episode because I think she's completely out of her depth. She's laughing a lot. She's not taking the competition as seriously. She's she just thinks it's a whole big game, in my opinion. And look, let's say Rochelle from season 12. She had a bubbly attitude. She was laughing a bit. She was having a laugh there and then. But she didn't do that all the time in service. She was very serious on the line, and like when she gave nominations, she was very serious about it. And she was like she actually knew that there's a time and the place to have a laugh, and there isn't. Where Claudia, she just thinks it's a whole game of everything. And she was, it's just, I don't know. But anyways, bottom line is, I just think Claudia's going to be the next boot because I don't think she's going to last another episode. I don't think. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this Hell's Kitchen review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do consider liking and subscribing to this channel. It would be really appreciated. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time for our next Hell's Kitchen recap and review.